morning. Welcome to A Little Spruce. This is Lindsay. I'm so glad to have you here, and today will be the first video where we do an individual room tour of the dollhouse. So we will start with kitchen / dining room, the biggest room in the house, and we're going to be going through the whole thing. I'm going to tell you maybe some of where I started with it, and this room has changed a lot. I mean, you'll see we're on the bee wallpaper phase now, but who knows what kind of animal we'll put on the wall next. It's been through a lot. So I am so excited to show you guys. There's a lot of mistakes. There's a lot of things that need to be fixed, and that's all part of the process. So I'm going to show you my mistakes. Maybe you're working on a project and it'll help you feel better about your mistakes. I don't know. Maybe this is just entertainment for you. But I will show you everything I still need to fix, the things I need to redo, what I don't like, and my ideas for the future of this particular room and what I'm really excited to do with it next. So thanks for stopping in, and I hope you enjoy the tour. Okay, so here we are in the kitchen / dining room. This is the biggest room in the dollhouse, and it just made sense for me that this would be the room where the family would spend most of their time, and that needed the most space. So it took me kind of a while to figure out what I wanted to do here. For a little bit, I had the living room opposite the kitchen, and I was thinking about making the dining room its own separate room, but this is just what I thought worked the very best. So even though this room is in the middle of the dollhouse, it's on the second floor. You can see the one bedroom is up there, and there's another bedroom there with the living room, the bathroom, and that other little room there. So even though this is on the middle floor of the dollhouse, I kind of picture this as where people would walk in, even though that doesn't really make a lot of sense. But my plan is I would like to do some sort of entryway here, maybe like build some type of coat rack or something for shoes. I'll put some pictures I've seen on Pinterest that I thought were really cute that we can do in a later video. But I just thought that that would be kind of the most ideal place to have an entryway if we're trying to make this more realistic. And so as I said, this video will be, you know, showing you what I already have, what I've done that I like, what I've done that I need to fix, and what I plan to do in the future. So I guess let's just start out by, let's start in the kitchen. So here's the kitchen, and hopefully this isn't too shaky, but you know, some things I like the setup in here. It took me forever to decide on the cabinet color, and I just immediately pictured it as a blue like it is now, but we went through white. What other colors did we go through? It was green at one point, and then the other night I was sitting here looking at it and I was like, does this blend in too much with the wallpaper? Should I do another color? But then I was like, you don't want to do that again, because even though it's the color I want, you can see all the touch-ups, even on that stool there. There's a lot of paint touch-ups that need to be done in this house. And I'm going to be honest, look at that, look in there. That was, let's focus, maybe not. That blue that you see in there was one of the blues that it was previously. So I'm going to be honest, if I took the time to make every paint job perfect, this I just changed the paint so many times. So I make sure I like the color, and then I figured I would come in and do all the touch-ups. So there's a cute little mixer. That's one of my favorite things in here, and this little teapot. And I added this marble to the counter the other night, but I think I need to do the edges to make it look more realistic. I just put it on there to see what it would look like. This island was just blue, but didn't match the countertops yet. I had to figure out where my marble paper went to. But so let's see, some things you can obviously tell what needs to be touched up. I mean, look at the trim. See that trim back there? The paint needs obvious touch-ups. So bear with me, try to ignore the paint, and you know, that's something I'm gonna come around and I'll fix all at once, but I get too excited about doing other things and seeing it all come together, and I never know if I'm gonna cover up something or redo something. So some people might be like, wow, that sounds awful, I can never do it like that. But that's just my process. You can see these shingles here. I wasn't even sure, still not even sure if I was gonna keep them here, and I painted half of them and didn't paint the other half. Maybe you guys can give me an opinion. Let me step back, what you think. I don't know if I like how they look. There's some on the top there that are unpainted. I can always paint them, I could always sand it off and go back to the natural look, or I could just rip them off entirely. So let me know what you think about that. And what else? Oh, the ceiling in here took me forever. It's still not perfect, but I saw a picture on Pinterest and then I had to do it. This is all just popsicle sticks. And then the wood beams are craft paper that I put on foam core. You can probably still see that it's foam core, but again, I got to the point where it was mostly finished, and so I could see how it looked, and then, you know, we got distracted, like always. So, yeah, I've spent a lot of time on that ceiling, and I do like it. I mean, you can see I had something else glued there. I had a hanging pot rack from the ceiling, but then I wanted those lights instead. So I'm thinking about putting a pot rack on this wall over here, maybe. I have a bunch of copper pots, and I think they'd look really pretty if I just found the right place to put them. And then moving into the dining room, it's pretty self-explanatory, but I painted the table and the chairs. Now, these were all the typical Barbie colors when we first started, and again, everything needs touch-ups, but these chairs were also multiple colors, so we were still deciding if this was the color we wanted to go with. But what's funny is the other night I was sitting in a chair that was lower and I was looking under the table, and you can see what colors it used to be. So we may come around and do that at some point, but that's not very exciting, so not yet. The curtains are just pieces of fabric that I folded onto themselves and glued together, and then used a dowel and a little wood bead and a shingle to put them up. And they're alright for now. We might do something different in the future, but that's what I have there for now. The wood floor, this was the first thing I did in this dollhouse, and it needs a lot of work, just like everything else. But this is all popsicle sticks. I need to go through with wood fill and do the cracks, and also get some of this paint off that got dropped onto it. But this was one of the first things I did in this dollhouse, because when I brought this back home, it was just an empty Every room was an empty box. They were all painted pink or purple or lime green, but I thought it would be so cool to do, you know, real looking floors and real looking trim, and it's the size of this dollhouse really gives you room to do a lot of things, as opposed to most dollhouses are half the size, but my dad really goes big or goes home. Same with my mom, and they were gonna make me a Barbie dollhouse, and that's what I had Barbies. So this house is huge compared to most dollhouses, I think anyway, and at least the scale is, and really gives you room to add a lot more detail, I think, because you just have so much space to fill. And that's what I'm looking forward to doing and figuring out how I want to do it. But anyway, let me know if you guys have any questions on this room. I have some floating shelves up there that look kind of not so great, but we're gonna do something different there, I think. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions on this room, any thoughts, any ideas, and I'd be happy to hear them. Alright, so that was the kitchen. Let me know what you think, and take it easy on me. I am not a professional. I'm not a designer. I don't really know how to build things. I just make it up along the way. But it sure is a lot of fun. So again, thank you for stopping by. Keep dreaming, keep looking for inspiration, and I know you'll find it along the way. Bye!